There's 3 drills to drop your pop time with the medicine ball. First, catch it and go up to our feet. You can also do it just holding it.
Second, chest press it. Third, bike it.
Yes. Go drop your pop time. Especially on this low pitch, we need to feel this elbow come up, the hand to rotate, elbow tuck, and then we get here. Because if we get here, it doesn't feel strong. And so if you can get that elbow movement, I'm finding that that's helping a lot of people speed up. So for you guys especially, feel the elbow come down and the elbow bend as the hand come up. Here are the 2 most popular ways to throw from a right knee down stance. Flip and go. Next one, you just go. Stop transferring it to your ear.
Instead, bring it to shoulder height. Here's why.
This is a great position to be in.
You don't want to get here too early. So think of your body as a whip, starting with the hips and transferring energy out the arm.
And if you get here too early, then it breaks the whole chain. So train to flat.
Just make sure you're relaxed.
Should you bring the ball to your ear when you transfer? Well, a lot of catching coaches will teach you to get your arm here at your front foot getting down. Technically, that's good because our arm needs to be here in order to throw. If our arm is here, then we create a lot of torque on our shoulder. But here's the issue that I see with it. Technically, this knee rotating and this hand flipping happen at the same time. So if we're constantly training here, but this back leg isn't rotating yet, we're kind of going out of sequence. That's why I like to train my catchers get here and we learn this movement where we rotate and flip before we throw. Both are good. I prefer getting flat. Other coaches will go here. We both have points on each side. You just want to understand why each person coaches the way that they coach. I'm Coach Bougie, and I'll catch you later. If you collapse your knee when you throw, here's 3 drills to fix it. But first, you got to understand it's because your glutes are weak. If they were strong, they'd be out here, but since they're weak, they collapse. The first drill is a kettlebell complex series. Basically what that means is we do 3 exercises for 1 rep. We do an RDL, come up, hinge the hips, clean it up, rack it like this, and reverse lunge. You wanna do about 3 sets of 10 on each side. Now that we're strengthening the muscles, let's work on the form. Get in a split squat, feel like you have a heavy weight on your back, and then throw. This will help your front leg stability. Don't let it wobble. And third, we're gonna shuffle and focus on keeping your back leg up. Finish with your toe right there. We're trying to avoid this and instead create this. You should look like a check mark. Cha-ching. Go follow Bobby, he taught me all this stuff. I'm Coach Bougie, I'll catch you later. I threw like this in college. I took this knee and brought it into this knee. Bobby calls that crushing the can. And what I didn't know at the time was my glute was weak. Even though it was strong, it wasn't being activated when I threw. From this position, we want this glute to flex and this leg to come up. But if it's not activated, it's gonna crush a can. Get him in a split stance, engage your glutes, and throw and let that foot come up. And go follow Bobby O'Neill. I'm Coach Bougie, I'll catch you later.
Is it faster to throw from your knees?
Or your feet, let's find out. Oh, that's decent. So I guess it's the feet. Generally, it's faster from your feet unless it's a short throw or a snap throw where the ball is taking you down. That's good. You're not bad at throwdowns. You're just slow at one of these 3 phases. Oh, that was cash. First, your pre-pop. If your right foot isn't down at 0.2, then you're probably too square when you catch the ball. Second, your transfer and your arm path. If your release is after 0.7 seconds, you're probably catching the ball forward, transferring it too deep by your ear, or doing something funky with your arm path. Or third, your actual ball flight. If your ball fades, it's because of how you're throwing it. You're probably dipping your elbow, collapsing your legs, or not following through. I'm Coach Bougie, I'll catch you later. What's a catcher without a hose? Welcome to day 3 of the 12 days of drills miss, where I give you a short catching drill video that you can do every day at home. Today, we're covering 3 things on throwing. First, we're covering our footwork. Second, we're covering our transfer. And third, we're covering our arm path. Let's jump in. Start with our footwork. We're gonna get athletic. We wanna feel our left side come in, our right foot point to the side, and then ultimately get our left foot here. We want this toe at about the middle of this back foot. Once we got that down, go a little bit faster. Then we can do it with the ball. Stay low and athletic. Next, we're working on our transfer. So we're gonna catch it back, and we're gonna catch it and turn, and then catch, turn, and transfer. Here's what it looks like. Try to use the momentum of the ball backwards. Don't catch it forwards, like this. Make sure you catch it backwards. Then we turn it back, like this, and then we work on the transfer. Finally, our arm path. from here, we want to pull with our elbow up to our shoulder with our fingers on top of the ball. Not like this, not like this, pull here. So we want to finish with everything at shoulder height and our fingers on top. Find this position. Then from here, we want to learn how to rotate this ball up. So keep your elbow still and rotate the ball. Don't let the elbow dip. And then finally, when we follow through, we want to make a check mark with our body. So do at least 5 of those each, and then I'll see you tomorrow for day 4, where we talk about receiving. This is the biggest mistake you make when playing catch.
Especially you softball players.
So what is it?
Being lazy with our reps.
So here's how to fix it. But it's not just your footwork. Here's 3 steps to make your catch play great. Number 1,
No flat feet. Get your right foot moving so you can catch the ball and plant your foot at the same time.
number 2,
Check your form. Take your time. Make sure your arm slot is good. Make sure your feet are closed and that we're pointing and throwing to where we want the ball to go.
we want our elbows and hands at shoulder height.
And number 3, practice the throws that you make in a game.
This is the one time you get to control the throws that you make. Practice the ones you do in the game. I'm Coach Bougie.
And I'm Coach McKenna.
And we'll catch you later. This is the watermelon throwdown challenge. Watermelon on second base, how many throws until we explode it? Oh! 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 Is gonna be real. Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh! Did ya? When you throw, try to throw with 2 fingers, not 3. Make sure that your fingers aren't too wide and aren't too close, right in the middle. I'm Coach Bougie. So help a catcher out. There's 2 major mistakes I keep seeing when people do their pop time, and these guys all struggle to throw under a 2.0. The first major mistake is we reach too far out to catch the ball. Everyone knows the ball travels faster than the glove, so we want to let it travel before we transfer. The other mistake is where we transfer the ball. A lot of catchers were taught that you should bring the ball to your ear, but when you bring the ball to your ear, your left arm can't get extended. And if you do get extended, then you end up wrapping your shoulders, which takes a long time to get around. So instead, think about transferring the ball at your midline and let your elbows get up to 90 degrees. So it should look like this, not this. So follow me and drop your pop time. I'm Coach Bougie, I'll catch you later. Cody came to me wanting to drop his pop time. So after looking at his stuff, we found 3 main issues. 1, he was catching the ball too square and wasn't turning enough to throw. 2, he was catching the ball and transferring it back a little too far. And 3, he was catching a little too far out in front, so we needed to let it travel a bit more. So here's the cues that we use in his videos when we review them. Number 1, we want to see this outside part of the leg. Because he was too square, when he started trying to move forward, his knee only went forward, but we need it to turn so that our shoulders can turn. So look for this outside part of the leg. Second, we worked on transferring at the midline, slow motion, a little bit faster, and then full speed. And the third thing is to catch the ball deeper. So we start here so that we get the momentum of the glove back, but then we try to catch it further and further back until we're as deep as we can get. This whole time, we're making sure that we transfer at the midline so our elbows get up and we don't wrap our shoulders. If you want a 15-minute crash course on everything that I know about a pop time, then go to catchyourmadesimple.com/pop. I'm Coach Bougie, I'll catch you later. Here are the 2 most popular ways to throw from a left knee down stance. First, a reset. Second, this one's tougher. You just rip it. Don't make this throwing mistake.
Has to do with the dip.
When you dip,
You don't have any width.
when you dip, you push with your throw.
So keep your elbow high so you can whip with your back.
This one tweak will shave 0.2 seconds off your pop time. So if you're at a 2.4, you can get to a 2.2. And if you're at a 2.2, this can get you to a 2.0. It's so simple, you might not believe me. But it's by far the biggest problem catchers have when they throw. And it's the biggest thing that I struggled with when I caught too. Any guesses what it is? I'll tell you in just a second. But first, let me tell you how to fix it. Start to turn your body as that ball is coming. Because you can't throw until your shoulders turn 90 degrees and your right foot gets down. And the longer it takes to start our throw, the slower our pop time is gonna be. So what's the one tweak? Just get your right foot down earlier. I'm Coach Bougie. I'll catch you.
If you want to drop your pop time, go to catchingmadesimple.com/pop for a 15-minute pop time breakdown.
Stop transferring at your ear. If you transfer at your ear, your front side doesn't get extended.
So if your front side doesn't get extended, you'll fly open and spin off like a ballerina.
So focus on transferring at your chest so our arms can get extended.
So just like your throwing arm, we want your front arm to have your shoulder, elbow, and wrist all at the same level.
Not tucked like this. I'm Coach Bougie.
And I'm Bobby O'Neill.
We'll see you at NYABC High School. Throwing lollipops again? You look like a dum-dum. Here's how to turn your lollipops into lasers. Number one, you gotta get this right foot down as you catch. Your right foot should point towards the side, and it should only be a little bit in front of this foot, not all the way out here. Once we get our right foot down, we wanna get our elbows up in our launch position. From here, take your hip and drive this thing and let your backside come through. Put it all together and